to Russia's invasion of Ukraine now, French President Emmanuel Macron has said France will begin supplying Ukraine with Mirage 2000 fighter jets. According to the French president, the delivery program will begin following the signing of an agreement with Ukraine's president in Paris today. The Mirage 2000 fighter jet is a multi-role jet that has been in service for some 25 years with air-to-air and air-to-ground capabilities. The Mirage jet has been successfully exported by France to several countries and broadly offers a similar capacity to the American-made F-16 jet. Mr. Macron said that he proposed to begin training pilots on the aircraft from this summer, with training taking around 6 months. Meanwhile, on the front line, a Russian overnight missile strike has hit Ukraine's critical infrastructure, targeting at least 9 regions, including the capital, Kyiv. According to Ukrainian Air Force Command, air defenses shot down 48 of the 53 attack drones launched by Russia, and all 5 cruise missiles launched. Among the areas targeted were the Zaporizhzhia, Mykolaiv, Kherson, Kharkiv, Odessa, and Kyiv regions. The attack in the eastern Ukrainian city of Donetsk left at least 1 person killed. 4 others were also injured in Kherson. In the capital, Kyiv, a fire broke out at an industrial facility, but there were no casualties. The VOA's Anna Chernikova joins us now. Anna, great to see you. It's been a while. What's the situation in the capital, Kyiv, where you are?
At this point of time, situation is normal, so sort of sane, so nothing extraordinary is happening. It was a tough night, definitely. It was an air raid alert for almost the whole night, and it was a great risk for Kyiv and Kyiv region. Certain facilities and objects were on fire due to the debris fall, but nothing extraordinary, as I said, is not happening in Kyiv. So no casualties and no particularly, no extraordinary, let's say, consequences of the attack this time. But of course, we can see that for the past for the past months, Russian forces mostly targeting a critical infrastructure, mainly energy infrastructure, and energy situation is close to critical across Ukraine.
And do you think that was done on purpose, Anna? The fact that these airstrikes didn't hit any major infrastructure targets in Kyiv or any of the cities mentioned?
It is done on purpose every time, so it's just another attack which is happening. Just Russian forces did not target Kyiv for some time, but most of the times it is done on purpose, because we can clearly see that Russian forces are trying to are trying to bring to create certain conditions for civilians, the conditions without electricity, conditions without, at this point it's still warm in Ukraine, but if we're looking farther and into the upcoming winter, it will be cold. So conditions when Ukrainians, it's difficult basically to survive, and a lot of experts believe that this is done on purpose due to in order to create more possibilities for Russia to propose their let's say plan of resolving this war, the plans that they will support, because they believe, again, according to certain experts, that if Ukrainian society will be living in such tough conditions, then Ukraine might go forward and accept those conditions that Russia is proposing, even if this is not good conditions for Ukraine.
Now, the strikes come as Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky joined other world leaders on Thursday, marking the 80th anniversary of the D-Day landings in Normandy. And many wonder if this is a retaliation, for the Western-supplied weapons that have been rendered to Ukraine recently.
I don't really think this should be put this way. Who knows, of course, but it could be. But I think that at least it looks like that it just, yet another attack that was that happened, and it has nothing really to do with with the official events happening. So even if those official events would not happen, the attack would have been in place. So I don't really think this has any particular connection.
And I'm wondering, how Ukraine is responding to what the Russian President Vladimir Putin said yesterday about the possible use of nuclear weapons, in this war. If Western leaders are supplying Ukraine weapons and saying they can use them on Russian territory, and then the Russian president is also threatening to use nuclear weapons, how are Ukrainians reacting to that?
At this point, it was not particular separate reaction to this, because this is not the first time that President Putin is using such rhetorics, and Russian officials in general. We can see that they often use the rhetorics of nuclear weapon to be used on the battlefield, or even against other countries who support Ukraine, as a certain pressure point. And it looks like Russia believes that this could be a certain red line that Ukrainian allies will not want to cross. So no one, of course, no one can say for sure if Putin indeed will use a nuclear weapon or not, if other things would happen. But we should all understand that Russia is not the only nuclear power and nuclear country, and a lot of Ukrainian allies are also nuclear countries. So it's like, at this point, it looks more like yet another announcement by President Putin, according to his usual rhetoric. So in Ukraine, it's not considered as something new, but definitely this is a threat that should be taken seriously, because Putin is basically playing with this nuclear weapon topic, but we should be very careful by not taking this seriously, because no one knows what could happen.
Indeed. Anna, do take care of you. Thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you.